Morning USA. This is Mr. Nick B, your host. We are live today. Let me know, please, in the comments if you can or can't hear me. If you're having troubles hearing me, please let me know. Anyway, to keep this channel going, if you like this video, smash that like button, subscribe, and share the videos. Got quite a few of them out. We will be here probably at least for an hour. I'm at the local library. Probably at least an hour I'll be doing this. So at any rate, just sitting back here. I look funny. Oh, I tell you, my friends, I'm tired. Actually, I'm going to sit forward because it's hard to sit back. My back is hurting. So what we'll do here, we will grab a new tab, and I'm going to take you to we'll take you to the Conservative Tribune. How's that sound? See what we can find up there. So glad to be back on live. I am at the local library somewhere in northern Michigan. D. Rob, C. Beagle, and Dan Boone, hope you're doing well. My 3 top subscribers for this month. Anyway, so we will go ahead and see what we can find on CT. So in the meantime, feel free to talk and chat, and while I do the news, sort of. Some of you may see this earlier than tomorrow morning, and I'm sorry about that. I'm trying to get so that it's consistently on in the morning, so it will actually compete with other morning shows. Okay. All right, I'm ready. Are we ready? Yes, are you ready? I don't like these countertops. Anyway, so Trump smacks down Puerto Rico government, cuts off aid as far as White House is concerned. This is by Cillian Zeal, November 13th, 2018 at 7:02 a.m. President Donald Trump wants to cut off federal aid still going to Puerto Rico in the wake of Hurricane Maria. 1 year ago, citing concerns about the island's political leadership and the money being used instead to pay off the island's massive debt. Okay, so here it is again. Let me backtrack here a little bit. In the wake of Hurricane Maria 1 year ago, citing concerns about the island's political leadership and the money being used instead to pay off the island's massive debt. Avios first reported the move on Monday, noting that White House officials have told congressional appropriations and leadership of the plan. The Axios report cited sources who said the plan was spurred on by an October 23rd Wall Street Journal article that said that Puerto Rico bond prices soared after the Federal Oversight Board that runs the U.S. territory's finances released a revised fiscal plan that raised expectations for disaster funding and economic growth. Sources with direct knowledge told me Trump concluded, without evidence that Puerto Rico's government was scamming federal disaster funds to pay down its debt. Avios national reporter Jonathan Swan wrote. He also cited another source who said the move was based on misinterpretation of the article in question. However, Swan acknowledged that the other sources gave him a more vague and very evidence-based reason for the move. He was unhappy with what he believed was mismanagement of money, and aid said, while Congress has taken steps to ensure that the money isn't being used to directly pay down debt. Trump tweeted he believes the money is being used for other obligations. The people of Puerto Rico are wonderful, but the inept politicians are trying to use the massive and ridiculously high amounts of hurricane disaster funding to pay off other obligations. The U.S. will not bail out long outstanding and unpaid obligations with the hurricane relief money. Donald Trump, Admiral Donald Trump, October 23rd, 2018. The people of Puerto Rico are wonderful, but the inept politicians are trying to use the massive and ridiculously high amounts of hurricane disaster funding to pay off other obligations. The U.S. will not bail out long outstanding and unpaid obligations with hurricane relief money, he tweeted October 23rd, the same day as the Wall Street Journal article. So as far as the White House is concerned, more hurricane recovery money to Puerto Rico is out of the question. But whether that means the money will actually stop remains to be seen. Yes, it remains to be seen, especially now that the Dems have control of the House. How stupid of some people in America. How stupid of them. Some Democrats could be good, but this is absurd. We've got to do our best to keep the Democrats in the minority, not the majority. But with the Wicked Witch of the West, Pelosi, and all them, lots of Wicked Witches of the West, Pelosi. In fact, Maxine Waterpants might be the worst. What is her name? Maxine Waterpants? What? Oh, Maxine Waters. I got it. Yeah, Waterpants, because she probably wets her pants in fear of Trump. I'm joking. YouTube, I'm joking. It is a joke. And it's not meant to hurt people. Get over the silly sensitivity. Oh, I'm so sensitive now. Hurt my feelings. I'm an adult. I should be able to take a little bit more than this, but I hurt my feelings. Okay. Good morning. Thing you say in my ear, so I'm going to take it off and throw it away. Probably not. I think it just died. Or it didn't keep a signal. Anyway, so my friends, we're going to finish up this article. In its report confirming the Axios account, CNN noted that the future of Puerto Rican relief funds will likely be decided before Democrats take over the House of Representatives in January. I got an idea. Everybody get a petition rolling. Let's sign that thing, okay? Let's sign that thing and get those damn Dems out of the House. Permanently. Well, you know what I mean. Chuck Schumacher is one that really needs to go. In fact, he's probably, honestly, the worst of the worst. If Nancy Pelosi is vowing to work with President Trump, you don't know if she's lying or what, but hopefully she's finally turning around and telling the truth, wanting to work with President Trump. Hopefully, But, I mean, for the most part, they all stole the election, all the Democrats. They all stole this election, and that's how they got the majority, not by a real election. They stole votes. If they didn't steal votes, then they made it extremely likely that more people on their side voted. So everybody, please, all patriots, please, anybody that supports President Trump, please get out and vote, every single vote. Now, unfortunately, I was unable. I'm vehicleless, and I have to rely on public transportation at times, and other times taxi. Taxi would have got me around town pretty good. Usually gets me back home pretty good, but it's expensive. Bus isn't always that great. So, while there are no talks to cut funds that have already been appropriated in White House aid, said negotiations have focused on keeping Puerto Rico relief funding out of a supplemental spending bill that would fund relief efforts in parts of the south that were ravaged by hurricanes this year, CNN reported. Talks over stopping future funding for Puerto Rico come as lawmakers look to avoid a government shutdown when temporary spending bills expire in early December. The funding fight could be the last of Trump's presidency waged by a Republican-controlled Congress as Democrats have an incoming majority in the House. That sucks. That sucks. We got to do something because I don't believe this Democrat majority is real. I believe they somehow cheated the system. That's what I believe. So the Axios writer seems to be confident that the only source of the president's belief that Puerto Rico's government is using the money to pay down the debt is the Wall Street Journal article, which was the Axios source claims misinterpreted. Axios, we all know who the hell they are. I suppose any politician can only know what its sources tell it regarding the president's thinking, but I'm still going to wait and see on that one. In 2017, for instance, Sinclair Broadcasting Group investigative journalist Cheryl Atkinson reporting on the 2016 Zika virus outbreak on the islands at Puerto Rico. Governor Ricardo Rossello told us that narrative had something to do with the serious fiscal crisis Puerto Rico has been fighting in recent years. Some saw Zika, he says, as a way to get precious funds from U.S. taxpayers. If that was the goal, it worked. Of 1.6 billion tax dollars in the U.S. devoted to the Zika fight, the CDC says more than $47 million was sent to Puerto Rico. I think it was a narrative that was trying to build up also that we can get some additional funding for Puerto Rico. The reality is, I think it came back to bite us, because if you establish a narrative and we lost tourism, Rossello said, it could just be that Rossello is, in fact, a very powerful version of the mayor from Jaws. Concerned about the tourism dollars at all costs, Congress, as previously noted, did implement safeguards in Maria funding to stop aid from Maria from being used to finance the island's Brobdingnan debt, whatever. I've never heard of that. Puerto Rico filed a form of bankruptcy in 2017 after finding itself unable to pay down $123 billion in debt. It has accrued via a law that allowed the United States territory to raise money via tax-free bonds, the New York Times reported. All right, if NYT is reporting that, I would say that's pretty true. I didn't mean it quite like it sounded. That particular piece came from the New York Times, as they reported on it. So apparently even they saw some discrepancies in the funding, a little bit, which is news, because it's the New York Times and we know they don't report half the truth out there. Maybe they're starting to learn, I don't know. Comment in the comment section what you think. Tell me what you think. Beyond any concerns regarding this debt, however, there is also the island's profoundly broken political system, a system which ensured much of the money spent on Hurricane Maria relief was used inefficiently. In August, trailers full of relief supplies, 11 months old, were discovered in the parking lot of a government facility. Reports of red tape greatly diminishing the efficacy of the response weren't difficult to find. Certain elected officials of the island, meanwhile, seemed more interested in fighting Trump and raising their own profile than dealing with the fallout from the storm. San Juan Mayor Carmen Yulin Cruz comes immediately to mind. While there were certainly federal agency failures on the island, those can reliably be fixed. Puerto Rico's political system can't be, at least in the short term. Whether the money is being used to pay off debt or not, and as Axios notes, we haven't seen evidence of that yet. Political mismanagement can certainly be proved. This is a situation where drastic steps need to be taken. Indeed. Comment below if you, tell me what you think in the comment section. If you like these videos, please smash that like button, subscribe, and share these videos. Get them out as many friends and family as you can. And again, that was from Conservative Tribune and their writers, staff, and editors. Please, and the Western Journal, please give them, hit them up. Let them know how you appreciate their due diligence in their reporting. All right, I suppose we have time for another report. Hey. Okay, so let me see here. What can I do? Is there anybody out there with me today? Am I going to see anybody today? I think we got one. I think we got one. All right, this one's from the Conservative Tribune and the Western Journal, and their writers and staff. Buying Cillian Zeal. Excuse the hair, I was out in the wind a little bit ago, and it didn't want to stay where I put it, so oh well. So, this is by Cillian Zeal, November 11th, 2018 at 7:30 a.m. All right, and this is Dana Loesch. Dana Loesch? Dana Loesch? Dana Loafer? Dana Loesch, I'm sorry. Speechless after learning Parkland shooter registered in Florida election. Did you hear that? Dana Loesch speechless after learning Parkland shooter registered in Florida election. It takes a lot to render Dana Loesch speechless, something I'm sure Michael Bloomberg could agree to. However, even the National Rifle Association, the most visible spokeswoman, was at a loss for words when she found out that the alleged Parkland shooter had been registered to vote while behind bars in Broward County. I think Dana Loesch is now I remember, she's the NRA person. It's been a while since I've done this, so bear with me, okay? My apologies to Dana. But anyway, however, even the National Rifle Association's most visible spokeswoman was at a loss for words when she found out that the alleged Parkland shooter had been registered to vote while behind bars in Broward County. What are we going to do with Broward County? Yeah, I think we ought to just shut them down. No votes for Broward County. They can't get it right. And by the way, I did a report yesterday on that. Election fraud, the one judge, Peggy Hubbard, an election judge, she spotted the fraud 7 feet away or so. And lo and behold, apparently our Democratic people are trying to get away with it still. And former Governor Rick Scott of Florida needs to be the senator. And Democrats, or should I say socialists or communists, they need to stop this bullshit. Oh yeah, I said that. Stop the silly freaking, I go, yeah, you put your right count, I got him another 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 count. BS. I call BS on it. So anyway, it takes a lot to, okay, I did that, didn't I? Yes, thank you. Okay, Nicholas Cruz, the 20-year-old man who is accused of killing 17 people at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School back in February, is currently awaiting trial in the Broward County Jail. Yet, back in July, he was registered to vote. Andrew Pollock, whose daughter Meadow was one of Cruz's alleged victims, was outraged over the fact. I'm sick to my stomach. 1958, murdered 17 students and staff, including my daughter, Meadow. Yet in July, Broward Sheriff at Scott Israel let people into the jail to get him and other animals registered to vote. The despicable Democrats have no shame. Can't let them steal this election. pic.twitter.com/Q, capital WISID, capital EPEK. Andrew Pollock forward on November 10th, 2018. Trending event maker Tucker Carlson hits his new target by releasing video of incident that shows nothing. Okay, 1958. Cruz's prison number murdered 17 students and staff, including my daughter Meadow. Yet in July, Broward Sheriff at Scott Israel let people into the jail to get him and other animals registered to vote. The despicable Democrats have no shame, can't let them steal this election. It's worth noting, I suppose, that WPLG TV reported that Cruz registered as a Republican. Nevertheless, the mere fact that one of America's most notorious accused mass murderers was registered behind bars made many, including Lausch, sick to their stomach. Oh my gosh, I don't even have the words for this. And then, of course, she gives the website address. I think you can find her stuff on Twitter. Dana Lausch, at Lausch, November 10th, 2018. She wasn't the only one. Outrageous. Brian Kilmeade, November 10th, 2018. Just give me a moment. It's just outrageous and so hurtful to the victims and the families of the Parkland massacre to see this. Broward Commissioner Michael Udine said, according to the Sun Sentinel. Related, MSNBC Butcher's segment misidentifies shooting survivor twice. Regardless of the legality, it doesn't negate the pain and hurt when the people of Northwest Broward who were affected by this monster see something like this. And yes, it is legal until you're convicted of a crime. You still have the right to vote. It wasn't clear whether Cruz had actually voted, but the possibility was there. Inmates being registered to vote is nothing new. It doesn't have anything to do with the sheriff. Broward Sheriff's Office spokeswoman Veda Coleman Wright said, taking away the voting rights of an eligible person awaiting trial is illegal. Taking away the voting rights of an eligible person awaiting trial is illegal. This is still a sickening thought, however, particularly for a father who's lost a daughter. It's enough to make Dana Lausch speechless. And I can imagine a lot of other people too. Okay, so I'm going to kind of get up here and I'm going to go ahead and Good morning, USA. This is Mr. Nick B., your host. I thank you for joining me. We'll put up another report here shortly. I'm just going to take a quick little break and get up and move around a little bit so I don't get real stiff. My little body hurts. I'll be right with you, my friends. All right, my friends, we're back. This is Mr. Hank V for Good Morning USA. Excuse me, I must have too much coffee this morning. So anyway, the following report is from Conservative Tribune, CT, in the Western Journal by Cillian Zeal, November 11th, 2018, at 9:43 a.m. So anyway, Tucker, in the crosshairs of alleged assault, flips the script and reveals what accuser did to his daughter. In response to an allegation that he assaulted a gay Latino immigrant, Fox News host Tucker Carlson says that the man actually custodied his teenage daughter at a Virginia country club, and called her a whore. Bada binga. Everybody hop on and make sure that we defend the hell out of Tucker Carlson. He, enough is enough. He's had multiple threats on his family. Physical violence, physical threats of physical violence. This has got to stop. The BS and the bullshit's got to stop. It's got to stop. These Antifa thugs need to be locked up permanently. And they're just an arm of Soros. So in response to an allegation that he assaulted a gay Latino immigrant, Fox News host Tucker Carlson says that the man actually custodied his teenage daughter at a Virginia country club and called her a whore. The accusation comes from, of course, lawyer Michael Avenatti, or whoever, who posted a video of Carlson telling someone to get the F out of here. Do you guys ever? Yeah, no. I don't believe that. I do not believe that for a second. Avenatti claimed that the video was the aftermath of an assault against a gay Latino man, and it didn't take too much subtext to figure out why Avenatti would be claiming Carlson assaulted the man. Oh, that poor little baby. He's a guy. If he can't stand up and fight, he's a loser. Now, here's the key. Here's the key. The other guy most likely did assault Tucker Carlson's 15 or teenage old daughter, 14, 15-year-old daughter. That is a crime. She is a minor. She cannot consent. So that is a crime, and those people ought to be ashamed of themselves for trying to accuse somebody falsely. Little bastards. We're investigating an alleged assault on a gay Latino immigrant committed by T. Carlson and a member of an inner circle at a club in Virginia in October. It likely includes underage drinking in violation of Virginia law. Avenatti tweeted Saturday, "Warning, bad language ahead, viewer discretion advised." Far as I'm concerned, Avenatti made that up. He's a nut. He's crazy. He'll be locked up with the rest of the goons trying to put out false accusations. Ought to be ashamed of himself, Avenatti. And I've had it with people attacking innocent people who have nothing. Even Megyn Kelly came out in defense of Tucker Carlson. because it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. The nonsense and the violence has to stop. YouTube, by the way, I can find ways around you. I'm small potatoes, I'm sure. Key point though for YouTube. Key point for YouTube. Try to work with your YouTube creators. You will be more successful, and you will, working with them doesn't mean you always have to agree, but maybe there's certain areas they can work on, or certain something or other. They're not going to change your reports. If they're doing news, they're not going to change the reports, but maybe they can, you can figure out a way to put it up without censoring it. How about that? It makes more sense for you to really try to give your YouTubers that flexibility to be able to use free speech, but then not get extremely aggressive. How's that sound? I'm a little hot because I'm getting tired of all these false accusations, and it's not just happening to, apparently it's not just happening to the conservative or Republican side, it's happening to the other side. So all this nonsense has to stop. Whoever's doing it. We are investigating an alleged assault on a gay Latino immigrant committed by T. Carlson and or members of his Inner Circle Club in Virginia in October. It is likely includes underage drinking and violation of VA law. Linked to a portion of the incident. Sure. I'm not even going to read the link. Sorry. Michael Evanetti, at Michael Evanetti. Evanetti makes Tucker Carlson his new target by releasing video of incident that shows nothing. 2-2, we are attempting to locate additional witnesses and identify those depicted in the video. In particular, we need assistance identifying the... All right, there you go. All right, let me say, okay. We need assistance in identifying. That is law enforcement's job. The lawyers must stay out of investigations, period. That's for the cops. The lawyer needs to do its work after the cops get done, after the police. Lawyers need to stay out of it to a certain point, and then toward the end of investigations by the law enforcement team, police, that's when lawyers get into it. This so-called lawyer, Avenatti, has no business investigating anything right at the moment, period. And as far as the video goes, I think he's made it up. So anyway, 2-2, we are attempting to locate additional witnesses and to identify those depicted in the video. In particular, we need assistance identifying the balding man that grabs the man seated at the bar. We anticipate charges being filed. Anyone with knowledge, please contact us. Michael Evanetti at Michael Evanetti, November 10th, 2018. I want this conviction, this falsified conviction, because I hate Tucker Carlson. Little scumbag. Okay. Anyway, guys, see, this is another attempt, I believe, by Michael Evanetti to try to pull a conservative off the airwaves. Okay, Fox News, at Fox News, you better not pull Tucker Carlson. I'm one, I don't get angry easy. I don't anger easy. I don't get mad easy. But if you make me mad, I'll find a way to make you turn your tail. Or tuck it under your butt. So at any rate, that's it for the news. We're gonna go get a cookie or a coffee or something, and we'll just have to see what we can do here. Let's see what we got. So, I think we'll bring this up here. Atari Games. Some features of this website. Okay. Okay, so Atari Games, Atari Casino, Atari VCS. Let's see what we got. Atari Partners. Let's see what Atari's partners are. Atari Partners. Community, news and updates. Atari Arcade, play free games. Just hanging out, just kind of having a little fun. We're kind of done with the news. That's all the news I'll bring you for today. Because I gotta start thinking about loading up and getting my stuff out of here. Let's see what they got for Atari VCS here. Atari VCS, reinventing the way you game again. And they want you to pre-order now. Okay, so this is nothing new. Alright, so maybe we'll go into something here. Alright, so what we'll do here, we'll go to shall we see how Kmart, Sears Holdings and the parent company Kmart are doing? The parent company's actually Kmart. They turned everything around because they wanted the better. They thought Sears was a better name than that. Sears had a lot of cool stuff. I really love their wish book. That was really, really cool. But I just ordered something from Kmart, by the way, just yesterday. Just a water faucet filter for our water where I live. And I tell you what, Kmart, their website still has some of the best. They had within hours, they had sent me, within about an hour, I think, they sent me an email saying, oh, yeah, thanks for the order. And Kmart's website, their own website, seems to be fairly well organized, and it seems to be that whoever is managing that website turns things around a lot quicker than the other websites, Shop Your Way and them, but communicates more effectively and more frequently. So anyways, we're going to do this. There is something on Wikipedia that does this. Well, here's some news. How about this? November 8, 2018, Sears and Kmart team up with Toys for Tots to share the magic of the holidays. How cool is that? November 8, 2018, Sears and Kmart debut Thanksgiving Black Friday doorbusters. November 3rd, 2018, Sears Holdings seeks court approval of Stalking Horse asset purchase agreement with Service.com to sell Sears home improvement business. Okay, well, let's see what we got here for this first one. I'm going to go to Sears Holdings seeks court approval of, this is from Sears Holdings' own website. Sears Holdings seeks court approval of Stalking Horse asset purchase agreement with Service.com to sell Sears home improvement business. Service.com provides Stalking Horse bid in court supervised sale process. Sears home improvement business to operate as normal throughout this process. Hoffman Stacy Alliance, November 3rd, 2018, PR Wire, PRS Wire, Sears Holding Corporation Holdings of the company announced that it has sought court approval of Stalking Horse asset purchase agreement with Service.com to acquire the Sears home improvement business. ship in sale process under Section 363 of the U.S. Bankruptcy Code. SHP, which is based in Longwood, Florida, is a unit of the Sears Home Service Division. The sale of SHP, or SHIP, is an important step for Sears Holdings as we continue working to achieve comprehensive restructuring, said Robert A. Recker, Chief Financial Officer and member of the Office of the Chief Executive. We look forward to completing this process expeditiously so that we can minimize the value of SHIP and maximize the value of SHIP, and ensure a seamless transition for all of our stakeholders. Service.com is excited about the possibility of combining with SHIP, said Sandy Kinnenberg, Chief Executive Officer of Service.com. This would not have been feasible without the support of Peter Carmenos, Mad Dog Ventures. The transaction was approved by the company's restructuring committee, which consists solely of independent directors under the agreement, which is subject to a higher or better offer service. .com intends to purchase SHIP for approximately $60 million in cash holdings. Intends to implement bid procedures to allow other qualified holder bidders the opportunity to submit competing bids through a court-supervised sale process. Interested bidders are encouraged to contact Lazard, Freese and Company LLC, the company registered that the court considers the proposed bid procedure on November 15th at 10 a.m. The acquisition process and final agreement will be subject to the approval of the court. In addition, completion of the transaction remains subject to customary closing conditions and regulatory approvals. Holdings anticipates that a sale will be completed by early January 2019, as previously announced on October 15th, 2018. Holdings and certain of its subsidiaries filed voluntary petitions for relief under Chapter 11 of the Bankruptcy Code in the U.S. Bankruptcy Court for the Southern District of New York. I'm just appalled that investors would simply bail on a company. Company that's been around as long as Kmart and Sears. And here Kmart, just coming out of bankruptcy, tried to basically what they did is they tried to save another company. You don't find too many other companies out there willing to try and pull that sort of thing off. So, let's see what else they got on Sears Holdings' own website. And let me go here. Come on. Sears enters into license agreement for Kenmore R and DieHard R brands, Kenmore water filtration and housewares, DieHard electric vehicle chargers, wiper blades, fuel pumps, and springs to be sold at U.S. retailers. Huffman Estates, Illinois, November 2018. As Sears continues to forge its future, the company has announced it has signed several licensing agreements that will broaden the assortment and reach of its Kenmore and DieHard brands in the U.S. at U.S. retailers. DrinkPod LLC will manufacture Kenmore water filtration appliances, and Gibson Overseas Incorporated will manufacture Kenmore. I need a coffee. Gibson Overseas Incorporated will manufacture Kenmore housewares, all of which will be distributed at Sears and other retailers nationwide. Andrew J. Consulting will market DieHard branded electric vehicle chargers, and Draco Products Corporation will manufacture DieHard wiper blades, fuel pumps, and gas, all of which will be distributed at retailers nationwide. The Kenmore brand is one of the most awarded and trusted American brands and is woven into the fabric of our home lifestyle. And Peter Boutros, president of Kenmore, Craftsman, and Diehard brands at Sears Holdings. Diehard is America's most trusted and preferred vehicle battery brand. These agreements are examples of our expansion strategy to unleash the power of these iconic brands in exciting new and developing product categories. I think this is probably a smart move. Hopefully this Eddie Lampert is actually a fairly honest CEO. It looks like he's trying hard to keep the two companies going. That's all I know, really. I mean, I follow him on Twitter and that, but I'm not sure exactly where he's at with that. And AJ Consulting Incorporated will sell Diehard brand level 2 residential electric vehicle EV chargers and eventually level 2 commercial chargers, and level 3 EV superchargers through national retailers, commercial distribution, housing development, and other landowners in the U.S., distributors, housing development, and other landowners in the U.S. The agreement also enables the Diehard EV chargers to be sold throughout North America and in select countries in Europe. Okay, the first phase of this product rollout focuses on the sale of residential EV chargers. Plans also call for the development of a comprehensive charging network and dedicated EV mobile application that will enable EV drivers to initially pinpoint their location and proximity to Diehard EV charging stations, as well as map their route to the closest station. This phase of the rollout includes the sale of subscription-based commercial level 2 EV chargers. That's kind of interesting here. Interesting move by Sears Holdings. Comment in the comment section, tell me what you think. Okay, so October 4th, 2018, SHC Speaks, celebrating the grand reopening of Sears in Oak Brook, Illinois. Sears has been part of the fabric of the community of Oak Brook, Illinois for decades, since first opening its 250,000 square foot store in Oak Brook Center in 1962. During that time, residents have adorned their kitchens with Kenmore appliances, maintained their lawns and gardens with Craftsman products, and clothed their families with apparel from Sears. After 36 years, the popular store in the affluent suburb closed in fall of 2017 to begin a renovation which would provide a refreshed, improved shopping experience. That actually looks pretty good if that's the new Sears. What do you guys think? Oak Brook, Illinois. That looks pretty classy. I don't know about the red, but yeah, red, white, and blue, that might make them come back a little bit. Today, as part of its transformation, Sears reopened the reimagined store, which has been tailored to the needs of the community. The store features premium products from shoes, apparel, appliances, connected living tools, mattresses, sporting goods, seasonal products, grills, and lawn and garden, all in a contemporary setting. If customers can't find what they want in a store, they can order online at a kiosk with the assistance of knowledgeable staff and then have the goods delivered to their home. While smaller, the new layout permits shoppers a great line of sight to all corners of the 62,000 square foot store. It also includes a welcome center and lounge where shoppers can learn about the Shop Your Way rewards program, charge their phones, or just take a break from shopping and relax. This is the first grand opening of a full-line store since 2004. To celebrate this huge achievement, the store hosted a housewarming party on October 4th, 2018, which enabled customers to meet the award-winning actress, designer, and fashion pioneer Jacqueline Smith and enjoy a live band, games, prizes, raffles, and DI. Kenmore Chief Carl Karch demonstrated the Kenmore Ovation stand mixer, while celebrity lifestyle expert and HGTV star Frank Fontana taught shoppers how to build a rustic industrial shelf. This is a really exciting day for Sears, said Peter Boutros, Chief Brand Officer for Sears Holdings. At the reimagined Sears Notebook, members will receive a wonderful in-store experience and will be able to move between the store and outline experience seamlessly throughout the integrated retail offerings. We are continuing to grow and evolve as a company and are proud of our stores. We look forward to welcoming members into the new store and are thrilled to serve the members of Oakbrook and surrounding Chicagoland communities with great product, great value, great service, and benefits. Okay. So here we are. We're going to see if we can find any blog posts about the current situation of the bankruptcy and all that with the Sears Holdings. Well, this one's from October 13th, 2019 by SHE staff. Accelerating our strategic transformation and facilitating our financial restructuring. One thing they need to do is bring back the Kmarts to some degree. You know, maybe they don't need as many as they had, but in my hometown there were two for a long time. It seemed to be serving the community fairly well, quite well. And the one in Traverse City, my old bosses from the one outside of that town, the ones inside my city, my old bosses from the ones outside the city I live in, they came over to the city store and made a very good, they took two out of Traverse City, and then they took one out of Manistee, which had their own gas station. It wasn't a gas station next to it. It wasn't another competing gas station or anything. It was a Kmart gas station. I think that was one of their worst moves to pull it out of there. Although Manistee might not have. Maybe you put the gas station at the Traverse City store. That's probably what they should have done. But of course that was in a mall. So maybe put a standalone Kmart in Traverse City. So at Sears Holdings, at SHC, if you are listening to this, maybe put a standalone Kmart in Traverse City with a gas station. Much like Myers. Start up small, maybe 50,000 square feet, and build up. But don't do it so ridiculously fast that you go broke doing it. Maybe that's the key thing, and maybe think about the gas station type thing. Now, with gas stations, folks, I want to tell you, most gas stations even only make about a penny off your gas because they have to pay for it too. They have to pay the oil companies, the oil industry. Lots of money. Lots of money. And they might make 3 cents off it. You get 3 cents a gallon off your gas. So, like, the ones like Speedway, Mobile, what's the other ones? Who's the other ones? Total, all those ones that have convenience stores attached, that's the way they make their money, probably, more than likely. So, over the last several years, Sears Holdings has worked hard to transform our business while our plan is delivering for our members, our efforts to become a profitable and more competitive retailer have been impacted by a difficult retail environment, unsatisfactory operating performance, and legal legacy liabilities impacted by historically low interest rates. Okay. So today we have announced a series of actions to position us to establish a sustainable capital structure, continue strengthening, streamlining, and operate and grow profitably for the long term. While we have sought to avoid a Chapter 11 process, we have ultimately determined that this is the most effective and orderly way to achieve a debt solution as efficiently as possible and be better positioned for the future. We began this process on October 15th. Our goal is to emerge as a member-centric company, reorganized around a smaller platform of profitable stores with the capital needed to allow us to prosper in the future. We remain open for business. Our Sears and Kmart stores and online and mobile platforms are continuing to serve our members and customers. Our services and brand businesses will also operate as usual. Okay, so we remain open for business. Our Sears and Kmart stores and online and mobile platforms are continuing to serve our members and customers. Our services and brand businesses will also operate as usual. For further information, please follow this link, restructuring SearsHoldings.com, to our dedicated restructuring website. Okay, so I'm going to go there for a minute. I want to learn more about this. I'm sure you probably do too. Okay, here we go. Accelerating our accelerating our strategic transformation and facilitating our financial restructuring. Sears Holdings has announced a series of actions to position the company to establish a sustainable capital structure, continue streamlining its operating model, and grow profitably for the long term. To facilitate these actions, the company and certain of its subsidiaries have commenced voluntary Chapter 11 proceedings. Our goal is to merge as a member-centric company, reorganized around a smaller platform of profitable stores with the capital needed to allow us to prosper in the future. The company expects to move through the restructuring process as expeditiously as possible and is committed to pursuing a plan of reorganization in the very near term as it continues negotiations with major stakeholders started prior to the announcement. The company's Sears and Kmart stores and its online and mobile platforms are open and continue to offer a full range of products and services. Okay, again, the company's Sears and Kmart stores and its online and mobile platforms are open and continue to offer a full range of products and services to members and customers. Holdings, services, and brand business will also continue to operate as usual. Sears Holdings loyalty programs, including the Shop Your Way membership program and the Sears and private label credit card rewards programs, continue as normal. The company is committed to working with its vendors and other partners to help maintain inventory levels and ensure timely product delivery. Sears Kmart Shop Your Way, important customer information. Okay, so customer letter. Let's see what we got for the customer letter. This is from Sears Holdings' own website, so I'm just reading it to you to take up a little bit more of my time. Again, you are watching Good Morning USA with Mr. McBee, your host. This is not working. And I don't see anything about very current or up-to-date store closings for Kmart and Sears. So now I think that's based on restructuring and reorganization. Possibly bringing back some of their Kmart and Sears stores to towns that they went out of. I know, like in my hometown, Kmart, the Kmart customers, some of them are very, very mad at Sears Holdings for pulling Kmart out of there. And they didn't care for Sears, or they didn't know it well enough, or they thought it was too expensive. So at any rate, we're going to be closing this out here. Apparently I can't get to that customer letter. I'd like to get to there. Here, I think I got something. I think. Oh, did I? Oh. Customer letter. Here we go. Well, anyway, there's a customer letter attached to this. Just go to Sears Holdings and look for their restructuring strategy. And click on the link to take you to that portion of the website. Anyway, my friends, this has been Good Morning USA with Mr. Nick B., your host. So I'm going to go ahead and close this video out. I appreciate you all being with me. D-Rob, C-Beagle, D-Rob, and Daniel Boone. I really appreciate you guys. You are my top 3 subscribers for the last 2 months. I really appreciate that. And God bless you all. Have a great day. This is Mr. Nick B. for Good Morning USA. GMU, not GMA. God bless.